and they have only scored 1 goal so far at the national level and conceded 10 in just 2 games. No point for them. Bottom of the group, and so little hope for them to qualify because they need many goals, as many as 9, to go back in positive goal difference, and need to pray that other teams lose. But whatever it is, no win carries 4 points. So literally, Makobore are already out. And of course, KICWAMBA, a draw could see them in the next round. And on we go. Play resumes. And now Makobore in their own half, in the middle, battling for it is KICWAMBA. Kamoli Abdulbatst loses possession. Back to Makobore. Gilbert Ayesgamukama has good runs on the lower wing and doing some good magic, but loses possession in the middle. Makobore, Embalasi, pushing forward. That is Ahereza Mathias. Loses possession and cleared away by Kakuru Nimlod. Looking for the upper wing. Makobore and Peter Henry loses possession now. Attack on the wing of Mohosi Mavin and cleared out for safety by manager Rasulu for team KICWAMBA, and the throw in it is for Makobore High School. Of course, they are the semi-finalists of Kigezi region and lost to Bishop Komboni, who later emerged as champions by beating Bishop Ruhinda in the final of Kigezi region. And so much of the good work from Coach Kabaya of Makobore, bringing them back to national football after not qualifying last year in Ngora, but had qualified in 2024 in Masaka. And good team they are, but yet to taste glory or a win in the group stages. And on they go. Efforts from Shatibu blocked, and that will be a throw in. And Tomusine has the throw headed out of play for another throw in on the lower wing. Tomusine to have the reflow for KICWAMBA. Has the ball in, knocked off, and back to the defense, playing it on. And on carries the ball, Kapuru Nimlod, dribbles fast, and Makobore, Yamukama Gilbert, trying to find something on the wing, but not able. Tumusime has the throw on the line, looking for Gilbert. Ayesgamukama has a run into the penalty area. Akampa Osbat delivers a cross, not good enough, but man down for KICWAMBA. And Ayesgamukama Gilbert looks to be having a knock on the mouth, and medical attention on to have part of it. And sort of it is in Group C. And of course, KICWAMBA need to win by very many goals to secure a spot at the top of the group. And remember, in football, every win matters. The position where you end from in the group matters, depending on who the opponent will be in the next rounds, because the teams that top the group have to meet the teams that finish second. So you better top the group and hope for an easier opponent in the next round, because we have lots of teams that have already topped their groups elsewhere, and so many big names, and you wouldn't wish. We had around 5 clear-cut chances in their opening game against Buera, but wasted so many of them and couldn't find the back of the net. And is wasting again, but this time is flagged offside. And Makobore have a long free kick on into the box and safe hands of Senoga Samuel. taking good charge, plays it with manager Rasulu in the right back, has a pass on, looking for Osbat Akampa, playing with Benedicto, getting the chemistry back to Akampa, and well defended away by Makobore. David Bigabwamukama has switch play, and in the middle they go. Gilbert loses possession, and a through pass, looking for Akampa Osbat, the goal scorer into the penalty area. Can he get the press? But so long it goes, and is out of play for a goal kick for Makobore. And so defensive they seem to be, not trying so much to have the attack. And the goalkeeper Richardson to take charge of the goal kick. Long ball over into the wing of Gilbert, headed away by Tumusime. And back in the middle, Benedicto photos for it for KICWAMBA, loses possession, but they regain it through pass, looking for Gilbert on the lower wing. Yesiga Mukama has good control against the captain, and the captain plays itself, clears it away for safety, but a throw in it is. And on it goes to Musime, heads it back to Gilbert in the middle for Benedicto. Not a good pass, loses it to Gilbert, and they regain possession. To Musime has a diagonal looking for Henry, chases that long ball, and back in the safe hands of the goalkeeper Richardson. Has a long kick on in the middle, headed away by Nimrod Kafuru, and battling for it in the midfield. Switch play, looking for Gilbert on the wing, headed away by KICWAMBA, and in the middle they go. Good battles for the ball, and headed back in the safe areas by manager Rasulu. On the right back position for KICWAMBA, plays it in the middle for Komoli. Abdul Bast cleared away back in the defense, and cleared away by Tumusime, but in the middle, Benedicto heading it on, and in the wing for Rasulu, plays it with Abdul Bast, long ball, and they find Osbat, has a decent cross, well blocked, and cleared away by Makobore. Very good runs in the middle by Hambo, and ball out of play for a throw in. Of course, KICWAMBA are now so advantage in the game so far to be having the lead and looking for better. And much more of the action is taking on elsewhere. And I can tell you that we have a couple of games that could be going on other grounds. And at Rira Town College, Masindi SS take on Teso College Alouette. And at Lango 2, the defending champions Buto SS take on Kaserem Secondary School. And at Dr. Obote 1, Agape SS take on Wera SS. The same group game. And the opponents in the other group, they share the same group with a game that we are broadcasting live. And Chadondo take on Kalisizo Seed at Lira P7 grounds. And then Chigumba Intensive take on Jipra, who are yet to test a win at Rira UTC. And then at Lango College 3, Ivanda Secondary School Ibasco take on Singo SS. Singo are already in the round of 32. They've won 2-2. And Bishop Komboni College are taking on Mengo SS at Lango College 1. So lots of the action. That is for the morning games. And in the mid-morning, we have more action that could be coming your way. Mbale Progressive will be taking on Saku SS. Kisozi Seat will be taking on Pabo SS. St. Peter's College Tororo will be taking on Kawempe Muslim. Meta will be taking on London College Nansana. Standard High School Ndeje to take on Trinity College Abilo Nino. who are yet to test a win, and Mukono Kings will be taking on Amus College, already in the round of 32, and Mbara Ame Boarding will be taking on Mentor. Panyadoli Self-Help will be taking on Nkoma SS, and later on in the afternoon, we shall have the opening ceremony of the boys football throw-in, and the goalkeeper Richardson corrects for Makobore, and having command of the defense has a long kick on, headed back by KICWAMBA, and in the middle, David Bigabwamukama has a long ball looking for Muhozi Marvin and is flagged offside. And that will be a free kick for KICWAMBA in their own half, close to their box. And the captain to take charge of it, Rasulu, has a pass in the right wing. Diagonals on, looking for Ospata Kampa, playing with Henry Ampide. No chance to shoot. And Gilbert has control of the ball. For Makobore, plays a long ball, looking for Matthias Ahereza. Has a shot from distance, but not off target. It goes for a goal kick for KICWAMBA. Makobore trying to improve their game and trying to find some attack up front, but not good enough. And here they go in the middle. Benedicto for KICWAMBA has a good pass on, looking for Henry Ampire. Good pass and good chemistry for KICWAMBA. Henry has a delivery in the penalty area and headed away by Alex Tweheyo. And on the lower wing, Tumusime, the left back for KICWAMBA, has a good pass on the lower wing. And looking for Robert Nkasima, plays it back to Tumusime. Can he have a cross into the penalty area? Cross on, not a good control, and Ampire has a knock, and that is a second for KICWAMBA, 2-0 for them. And this time it's Nevis. So whole starting 11 lineup of goals. In goal difference, they only scored 1 and conceded 12 in 3 so far. And the referee, Kakuru Frank, has something to say in the middle of the pitch. And of course, so much on for them, assisted by Kisembo Martin and Najib Mbaba, with the fourth official being Sijali Tafa, in charge of the Western Derby for KICWAMBA against Makobore, but Makobore still looking to be the struggling side. Runs in the left wing, plays it back, and they lose possession. And Peter Henry has good deliveries and a shot in. Good attempt, almost getting a goal for him. And blocked out by the goalkeeper, Richardson, for a corner for KICWAMBA in the upper wing, and Ampire Henry to have the delivery of the corner. And Ampire has now been shifted from the 9 back to the wing because of his poor finish, but he's so very good in the build-up and hard work. Long on, Tumusime, cleared away by Makobore, looking for Gilbert, headed away by Tumusime. In the middle, Benedicto regains possession, looking for Ampire Henry. Ampire, very good on the ball, but not clinical enough. Has a cross blocked and cleared away by Alex Tweheyo. Looking very good in the heart of defense for Makobore, among the few positives that they have in the game. Playing it in the middle. They go. Abdul Bast has a through pass, long enough, and Tweheyo regains possession for Makobore and plays it safety fast for a throw in the upper wing. And the throw is on, looking for Abdul Bast Komori. Has a good one. Gilbert clears away. Back in defense. And cleared on by Nimrod Kakuru. And once again cleared. Area duels on. Playing it up front. And into the center back. Playing confidently. Gilbert has a long one in. Headed up. And in the middle they go. David Bigabwamukama. Playing some good passes. And looking for the options up front of Matthias Sahereza. But cleared away by the defense. Through pass on. Well blocked. And running on. Gilbert. For Makobore. Has a take on. One away. And well defended by KICWAMBA, who are so confident in the game. And Tumusime has it out of play for a throw in for Makobore. And Edwin Mobangizi to have the throw for Makobore. And substitutions on. Need for fresh legs. Mwebembezi Dakite. Dakite, a familiar name in the history of Liverpool. Yeah, they had a Dutch player called Dakite. And on comes Dakite, the Gen Z name. And ball on. But Makobore have it out of play for a goal kick for KICWAMBA. And they look to be building from the back. The goalkeeper, Senoga Samuel, plays it to the 10. And they lose possession close to the ball. Muhozi Marvin having take-ons. And well defended by KICWAMBA. Back in the middle to David Bigabwamukama. Has a long one in. Good attempt. And punched over the bar by Senoga. Will be delivered by Gilbert for Makobore in the right wing. Shot number 7. He's not had quite a good game so far as things stand, but he will deliver the corner. Gilbert has a long one in, out of the box, and none to hit. Makobore have a good attempt, and Samuel Senoga once again collects, has quick reaction, looking for Gamukama. Gilbert has a run on the line, playing it with Henry Ampide. Henry loses possession to the captain and runs on. Tueheyo Alex having so much physical ability, and Tueheyo has efforts blocked, has the referral. Henry Ampide playing it on the low for Tumusime, has a pass on the line and finds Robert Kasima and knocked on for a corner for KICWAMBA. And KICWAMBA having a comfortable win already for them. And of course, the big game of the group also on, the more competitive one, where both teams need a win to go to the round of 32 in the same group C. Agape is taking on Wera, and game still 0-0. And the goal, third one for KICWAMBA. And now that's a dozen of deficit for Makobore, -12 in 3. And Robert finds the third for KICWAMBA. And Makobore should be frustrated now. And play resumes. Makobore, it's a matter of time, but they could soon be back to Kigezi. Tumusime plays it in the middle, plays on, and nice battles in the midfield. Looks like there is an open boot. Foul from Abdul Bast Komoli in the middle of the pitch. And medical assistance required. And not so good for them as things stand. They have a lot to do. And still now behind by 3. And it's not yet the halftime whistle yet. So you are sure that we could see more of the goals because KICWAMBA are on a tie on points with Agape. And so the one who scores more is the one who tops the group. And so bad for MAKOBORE, they are yet to concede less than 3 in the tournament. And before halftime, they've already conceded 3. Could KICWAMBA do more damage in the minutes to come? And sees yellow. And the first booking of the game goes to KICWAMBA. Komori Abdul Bast sees yellow and a free kick in the middle for MAKOBORE. Through pass on, well blocked by KICWAMBA. Robert plays it lower. Gilbert Gamukama loses possession to a fellow Gilbert and ball out of play for a throw in for MAKOBORE. And throw in on Edwin Movanjizi to have the throw. Has it on, looking for the options up front. And long kick from Matthias Ahereza. Out of play it goes for another goal kick for KICWAMBA. Quick start by the goalkeeper Samuel Senoga. Up front, looking for Rasulu Manager. The captain has a through pass in the middle. Abdul Bast Komoli, the only books player, plays with Benedicto and foul on him for a free kick for KICWAMBA. And the captain to take charge of that. Manager Rasulu has a long one, headed on, and Peter Henry has a handball. And that will be a free kick for MAKOBORE. 6 start. Looking for the captain, but the referee has some caution to the players of MAKOBORE. So much of the talking rather than the footwork. And the referee is issuing some warning. Mr. Kakuru Frank, not tolerating indiscipline. And ball on. MAKOBORE pushing harder. And in the middle, Benedicto loses possession. And Gilbert has a head on. And headed away to Musime. Clears it away for safety back to the captain. Tweheyo Alex has a long kick. Benedicto regains possession for KICWAMBA and loses it as soon as possible. Long pass on. Looking for Marvin Muhozi. And has a take on. But ball is out of play for a corner for MAKOBORE. Muhozi Marvin. That was a good chance for him to convert. But so tight. He was 1 against 2. But wins the corner for MAKOBORE. Muhozi Marvin to have the delivery. Marvin has a long one in and headed out by Gilbert for a goal kick. KICWAMBA. And play restarts on the lower wing. Good controls on. And a long one from Komoli. Looking for Osbat up front. Cleared away by Tweheyo, the captain. Now back in the middle. Good control. Looking for Benedicto. Has a through pass on the lower wing. Looking for Gamukama. Gilbert has a Trivela for Tumusime. Crossing to the penalty area. Headed out. And they regain possession. Benedicto having good field. And out of play it is for a throw in Throw in on, loses possession and cleared away. Looking for Muhozi Marvin, headed away. On the upper wing, Nevis has a one on the line. Back to Nevis, has a through pass. Looking for Henry and headed away by the captain Tueheyo, but still pushing. And in the middle they go, cleared away by Makobore. And the captain for KICWAMBA regains possession. Through pass intercepted. And composure from David has a long one. Headed off by the captain. And Benedicto heads on. Looking for Ampere Henry. Has a good pass. Looking for Osbert. And yes, miscommunication. Cut back on. Empty net over the bar. And the flag is also up for an offside. But Gilbert missing an empty net. And Chwamba looks like they just create too much of the chances, but are equally wasteful as well. And goal kick it is for Makobore. Long ball on, and in the middle, there is a foul from Komoli Abdul Past. Looks to be a rough player. He's been booked already and still making some reckless fouls. Free kick. Long ball on, looking for the options up front and headed out by the captain, Rasulu Manager, for a corner for Makobore. Gilbert to have the corner in for Makobore. And Gilbert has a long one in, headed on, and Muhozi Marvin loses possession close to the area. And now they have a long one, looking for Henry up front, headed off. Makobore regain possession in the midfield. Good pass from Hambo, looking for Matthias into the penalty area. And the captain almost having a handball, but ball off and cleared away. In the wing for Nevis. Has a long one on the line. Chasing on Robert Nkasima. And well shielded by the captain Tueheyo. Has it out of play, but it is a foul against the captain. And free kick it is for Makobore. And Arinda Demas to take charge of it. Demas Arinda has a long one, headed off by Benedicto for KICWAMBA. Back in the middle, chest control and long pass looking for Ampere Henry. Well involved, has a crossover and chest control for Gilbert. Heads it on, cleared away by Makobore, but back to Abdul Bas Komoli, playing it with Nevis. Has a cross in, headed away. Benedicto regains possession for KICWAMBA. Passes on to Musime, the left back, playing with Henry. Ampere has a nutmeg, but cleared away. Back to the defense, Nimrod Kakuru playing it. Back to Kakuru, passes it on. And now in the wing for Tumusime, having a through pass for Robert, pushed down. Referee says play on. Tumusime has a change of wing, and the flag is up. And that brings us to the halftime whistle. And looks like there could be light at the end of the tunnel for KICWAMBA High School. They have a comfortable lead already, 3-0 at halftime. And they will need to know about how Agape is playing against Bwera. But looks like the bus could be in the gears for the boys from Chigezi. Makobore, the halftime to forget for them. They need to have some good team talk in the halftime break. And at halftime, KICWAMBA High School 3, Makobore High School 0. finalist of Ankole region, and Makobore against Kichwamba High School. Makobore are back on the pitch and looking to be having some motivational words in the ears for them to have something in the second half. But Kichwamba, so motivated as well. They need to be in the round of 32. And as it stands, they could have 80% of their feet in it to either finish top of the group or second. But news from the same group game, Agape are leading at halftime against Buera by 2-1. And so, as it stands, it looks to be tough one for Makobore. They need at least 3 more goals to go top of the group. And the referee, Mr. Kakuru Frank, in the middle of the pitch, ready to resume play. And yes, we go. Kichwamba have the first kick of the second half, and in the back, cleared away by Emmanuel. Back to Kichwamba now. Komoli plays it on the low wing, well defended on, and pushes on. In the left wing for Makobore, Marvin Mohozi switches play, and not a good kick, headed on by Emmanuel. Back to Komoli. Komoli has out long one and kicked out of play by Arinda Demas for a corner. The first corner of the second half is on, and it's in favor of Kichwamba. Gilbert to take charge of it. Remember, we are live on the USSSA YouTube channel and live as well on Tayari West TV, channel 366 DStv, channel 468 StarTimes, channel 077 for Zuku, and channel 356 for AZAM. Also available on the free-to-air decoders and available as well on the Afro mobile app and APL Land. And Kichwamba still having a 3-0 lead against Makobore High School. Of course, Makobore have now conceded a dozen. They've actually conceded 13 and scored only 1. Conceded 5 against Agape and scored 1 against them. Conceded 4 against Buera, that's 9. And so far have conceded 3 to take them to 12. And it's only scored 1, a -11 for them. And these are the semi-finalists of Chigezi region. They lost the final to the champions, Bonnie Conceal. And Coach Kabaya looking to be having a very bad campaign at the national level. But whoever is at the national level is a champion. Not bad for them. They could see their exit, but not so bad. And Kichwamba looking forward to making an appearance in the round of 32. And of course, round of 32 makes you among the best. And they are doing so well so far. They are yet to lose and have so far 2 clean sheets in 3 if they don't concede in this. And looking forward to topping the group. But Agape seeming to be equal to the challenge. They lead their game 2-1. And they are in the second half as well. So we wait to see who tops Group 3 is what to be seen in the next few minutes. But remember, we have the opening ceremony as well. It will be on at 1 p.m. That will be at Lira Town College pitch. And I'm sure there is some good, interesting thing there. And after the opening ceremony, there will be a match for the big boys and big ladies. And the USSSA Executive Committee will be taking on the USSSA Secretariat in football. And that will be at around 5 p.m. That is at Lira Town College Playgrounds after the opening ceremony. So how good will it be? We wait and see. And another chance, and Henry Pire has it out again. The most wasteful striker of the tournament so far. soft on the foot, but not so clinical up front. I think Henry should be a midfielder, probably a number 6, because so good on the hard work, so good on the ball. And we have a foul on the lower wing. And Makopore, Muhozi Marvin involved in tackles. And the player for KICWAMBA is down. Not so good for a team that is focusing on the knockout rounds, having players injured. They need to be cautious about it. And that is Nevis Nwahamukama down. And a free kick for KICWAMBA. And Nevis Nwahamukama to take charge of the kick. And KICWAMBA, they would have loved to have rest of some of their players, but they are unable because they need goal difference as well in this game. So they have to hold on. And the coach having so much complaint, not happy with the rough play from Makobore, and the referee cautions him. No yellow card. And the captain, manager Rasulu, to have the kick of the free kick. And Rasulu has a long one in, headed away by Makobore. Chance for the back by Tumusime, the left back. Understandable. Ball not on his own foot and has to bottle the chance. That was so close to getting the fourth for them. And on it goes. For a goal kick for KICWAMBA. And goal kick for Makobore. A long kick on, headed in the middle by Komoli. And Robert has a kick on, well defended away by Arinda Demas in the middle. Mwebembezi Dakite loses possession and looking for Osbat Akampa, but the goalkeeper, Mpamizobuso Richardson, has good charge of it. Richardson has a long kick on. In the middle it is Komoli involved in an aerial duel against Gilbert, and the ball goes out of play for a throw in KICWAMBA. Throw in on, headed away, and in the defense, Tueheyo Alex has good defense, headed on by Henry and Pire, and back out of play it is for a throw in for Makobore, and the captain Tueheyo Alex has it on for Mubanjizi Edwin to have the throw. Edwin has the ball on, well controlled in the middle, and loses possession. Edwin has a knock on Kasima Robert, back out of play it is, and throw in again. Mubanjizi Edwin has the throw. Komoli knocks it on. Gilbert regains possession for Makobore. Komoli, very good dirty work in the middle. Through pass on from Benedicto, looking for the lower wing of Nevis. Has a through pass on, looking for Ampide Henry, running into the penalty area and stealing possession. Henry has a cross on, not well on target, and cleared away by Dakite. Still on to Musime and headed on. And Makobore, player down. Benedicto plays it in the back, looking for Nevis on the lower wing. Good control, plays it back. And KICWAMBA so comfortable with the ball, and they clear away the danger. Back to the KICWAMBA half, and playing on with the captain, Rasulu, looking for Nevis below. Nevis has a good pass. In the middle they go. Komoli, looking for Benedicto through pass on. Looking for Gilbert Mukama. Has some good body on. And Gilbert has a crossing for the fourth for KICWAMBA. And reducing more on the goal difference and adding to their radar. 4-0 it is, and more damage against Makobore. And that was a sweet head finish from Akampa Osbat to make it for KICWAMBA, and the boys from Ankole doing damage against the boys from Chigezi. Substitution on, need for fresh leg, and KICWAMBA also having a substitute on, and on comes Sulaiman Fahad for Makobore to replace Ahereza Matthias, and off goes, that is Abdul Bast Komori, and is replaced by Senoga Brian John in midfield for KICWAMBA. And Gilbert making some moves on the left wing for KICWAMBA, loses possession, and the ball on the line. Benedicto regains possession, of course. That was a technical substitution for KICWAMBA. Abdul Bast, already on a yellow card, had to be taken off to avoid a second booking that could see him on a red. And on the lower wing, throw in KICWAMBA. Henry has it for Nevis. Back to Henry. Henry doing some good dribbles. Another crossing. Looking for the fifth. And the goalkeeper, Richardson, has good charge of it. And Henry, good striker, but good for the involvement in the middle, has an assist and close to making another assist. And the short corner, well defended by Makobore and cleared out for safety for another throw in for KICWAMBA. Henry has the ball backwards to Nevis, and Nevis has a long one in and bounces over the bar for a goal kick. Makobore. And just like I gave you the start before the halftime, Makobore haven't conceded less than 3 in the tournament. They conceded 5 against Agape, 4 against Buera, and have already conceded 4 against KICWAMBA. Through ball on and push on in the middle. Gilbert playing on with Tumusime, has good dribbles. Back to Gilbert. Mukama. And off target it is. KICWAMBA need as many as possible. And as it stands now, they are 1 goal away from topping the table. And they are really looking for it. Ball kick on. Headed doors. Nevis has good control, loses possession to Dakite and passes it back to Dakite, has good control. And I'm thinking if the Dutch Dakite, the Liverpool legend, saw what the Ugandan Dakite is playing, he would be ashamed. And shot, well patched by the goalkeeper, nice reflexes. Not yet done, but cleared away by Makobore. That was a good shot from Robert Kasima. Shot number 6 for KICWAMBA. And nice reflexes as well, equal to the challenge from Richardson. And Akampa Osbat is flagged offside. So close. And the next goal could see a tie of goal difference between Agape SS and KICWAMBA. And we know what we go for later. Goal scored. Tackle in the eyes. Not good. And the referee is not happy with Muhozi Marvin. Shot number 11 for Makobore. Why elbow against the fellow player? And free kick it is for KICWAMBA. Long ball on, headed away, and a ball to hand in the air. Back to the defense, and the captain plays it high for Kakuru Nimrod. Through pass on. They regain possession, cleared away into the KICWAMBA half, and the captain, Rasulu, clears it up front, headed on, and out of play it is for a throw in for KICWAMBA. Nevis plays with the captain, Rasulu. Long ball on, cleared away, back to the upper wing. Ball on looking for Gamukama Gilbert to make it 5. And no, save from the goalkeeper and Ampire. Henry finally scores. I told you, he needs 10 chances to convert. And on the 10th chance, he finally converts to make it 5. And so vulnerable looks Makobore. And they are blaming each other in their half. Not happy at all. And the boys from Chigezi so frustrated. And probably some could be discussing about boycotting the remaining minutes. And so much damage from KICWAMBA. Runs again, looking for the 6th. And now I can tell you that Agape and KICWAMBA both have so much identity, same goal difference, and one of the two needs to score another to make sure they can top the table. And now once again Kasima Robert looking for another and shot off target for a goal kick for Makobore. And the goalkeeper, Richardson, good goalkeeper, but so much exposed. Is going to have the take of the goal kick. Richardson has a long one, looking for Dakite. And Dakite, good control, plays it back and cleared away. Back to the KICWAMBA half, looking for Gilbert. Headed away by Tumusime. And they regain possession. And Makobore now, a bad foul against Tumusime. Tackle from behind. Free kick. And Nimrod Kakuru to take charge of it. Long one on, looking for Henry. Chest control. Flag is down. And Henry still has a chance to head it on. Cleared away by Dakite. Headed away. And back to Gilbert. Gilbert against Gilbert. Passing it. Loses possession. Gilbert regains. Has good trickery on the line. And so much of the physical ability. And looks like there is a foul against Makobore. And a free kick for them. Front. Kakuru. Front. And free kick taken by the captain, Tueheyo Alex. Up front, Benedicto has it back to the defense. Back to Benedicto. Good pass on for Kakuru. Shields it for Nevis. Good control, KICWAMBA. Looking for Henry. Plays a pass to Akampa Osbat. On the right wing, nice trickery. Cross in and heading it for the 6th. And the referee says not a goal. And the fan base not happy with the decision. Looks like it's a goal. And not sure about that. Play resumes. Remember, Kichwamba need one more goal to top the table. Nevis regains. Kichwamba playing some sweet football. It was so controversial. Playing Akampa Osbat has another cross in, headed away. Danger still on. Makobore clearing. And another cross in, cleared away by the captain, Tueheyo. Close to a mistake, and Tueheyo clears it on. Back to Tumusime. Kichwamba still in attack, and a free kick in a vital position, and cards will be out. And the referee looks to be looking forward to cautioning, and Gilbert from Makobore sees yellow. And Tumusime is down for Kichwamba. I told you Kichwamba don't need to face injuries, especially for the crucial players for them. They need to go to the knockout rounds with every player fit. And that's what we are looking forward to. And free kick on, close to the penalty area for Kichwamba. 5-0 in the lead. What can they get out of this? And where does he put it? Kichwamba free kick. Well curled, and into the back of the net it is. And Kichwamba finally at the top of the table for Group C. And that is John Brian Senoga off the bench. Has a decent one. And now Agape, they came in the match day with a positive 4-goal difference clear at the top. And Kichwamba have overturned that and are now comfortable with a +1, one ahead of Agape, and Agape must push harder to get more of the goals. 6 Kichwamba, 0 Makobore, and play resumes. Nevis playing with the captain in the middle. Benedicto has some good footwork. Benedicto plays it back to Nevis, and Makobore have a hand on. Arinda Demas has it out of play. Throw in Kichwamba. Back. Good play on. Cleared away by the captain Tueheyo. And battling it for close to the Makobore box. And looks like there is a foul. Quick reaction on the lower wing. Makobore. And Dakai is fouled for another free kick for Makobore. Where was the foul? And play taken backwards. And Arinda Demas to take charge of the kick. Arinda has a long one. Chested off. Benedicto plays with Robert. Good passes on. Nevis has a good check on. And a cross on. Looking for Ampina Henry. And Henry has a brace. Miracle. And that's a week now for Kichwamba. And the boys from Chigezi, damage after damage after damage. Makobore, so much in detention for them. A game to forget. They swallowed 5 against Agapi. They swallowed 4 against Buera. And now they've conceded a week against their fellow Westerners. That is Kichwamba, and Kichwamba now 2 goals clear on the table, and Agape should be scratching their heads. So much disappointment And Makobore being suppressed live on Tayari West TV and live on USSSA YouTube channel with APL and on we go. Makobore looking to be getting an equalizer and they use the lower option of KICWAMBA and the ball is out of play for a goal kick. And when did KICWAMBA last have a goal kick? So many minutes ahead. They've been pressing so high and some communication from the assistant referee and the referee, Mr. Kakuru Frank. And could there be need for caution? And the referee could caution a player. Benedicto is called on by the referee alongside Muhozi Mapin, playing some dirty football in the middle. And they are so much depressed. But of course, Makobore have been playing a very rough game ever since they trailed behind. And they need perhaps to play a game of brotherhood. Headed on in the middle. Akampa Osbat looking for the A. Passes it to Nevis. So much progress from KICWAMBA. But the cross is off target and out it goes for a goal kick for Makobore. Okay. And a goal kick for Makobore, the goalkeeper. Kempani Zobusio Richardson has a long kick in the middle. Finds Fahad Sulaiman, has a pass forward. And KICWAMBA regain possession. Akampa, and could be a hat-trick for Henry. Get the hat-trick. And a good day for him. Good day at work. Probably saw the replays of the past games and had the trolls against him. Quick reaction. And Senoga John shoots, looking for the 8, blocked again for another corner. And now Henry, man of the match so far, to have the corner on. And Henry Ampire has a delivery on and doesn't meet the header. Nevis. And ball out of play for a goal kick for Makobore. And team doctor needed on the pitch. Player down. Senoga Brian John for KICWAMBA.
Just to set them when setting them up. So then, what else? Mafeni! Mafeni! Is that? Kiruka!
And doing caution, having some medical attention for John. And the boy is in tears. Looks to be a bad injury. Not good news. We needed a fair play. And game on. Long kick headed off. In the middle it goes. And ball out of play for another throw in for KICWAMBA. Chest control. The substitute on is Twairu Kazibwe to replace the injured Senoga Brian John, who came off the bench. And Nevis having some progress for KICWAMBA. Has a long one in, looking for Henry. Henry has a brace and could be looking for a hat-trick. Gilbert has some good fight, loses possession. And to the captain, Tueheyo Alex has a long one. Blocked. Benedicto regains possession in the middle. Robert, and chance for the new substitute on. Makes it 8. Kazibwe Twairu, just a few minutes on, makes it 8. And this is the worst distraction. Now beyond the week. And Makobore are so frustrated. And not so good at all for them. So much of the disappointment. 8 KICWAMBA and 0 for Makobore. And the guy is in the opponent's half before the kick of the ball. But the referee doesn't quite spot that. And they play. The goal scorer, Kazibwe, has a good touch. And Kazibwe, so far, for the few touches he's had on the ball, looks to have had some moment of misfortune. And now passes flying in. And on they go. Cross into the penalty area. Well collected by the goalkeeper. Senoga Samuel. And passes it on. Not a good control. They lose possession. Close to the penalty area. And well defended away by KICWAMBA. And ball up to Musime. Plays it on the upper wing for Gilbert. Back in the defense for Nimrod Kakuru. Has a long one. Blocked. Has a rebound. Looking for the options up front. Well cleared away by Emmanuel. For Makobore. Has a long one. Headed back into the half. And well controlled by David. Bigabwa Mukama. Has a chippy pass. Looking for the options up front. Chest control from Dakite. And soon a chance. And yes! A consolation for Makobore. Muhozi. Not Tajano. But this is Muhozi Marvin. And finds the back of the net to make it 1. And reducing the deficit to 7 now. 1 Makobore high. Mbalasi. Don't just pull out like that. And 8 for KICWAMBA. Play restarts. A long one. Looking for the substitution. Kazibwe knocked down. And Makobore looking to be having some little bit of motivation. A foul for a free kick. Sulaiman Fahad to take charge of that for Makobore. Sulaiman Fahad has a diagonal into the free space and flagged offside is Dakite Mwebembezi for Makobore. Free kick it is for KICWAMBA. And the captain Rasulu, manager, to take charge of it. Manager Rasulu has a long one. Headed off. And in the middle they go. Headed on to the lower wing. Muhozi Marvin, the goal scorer, plays it down. And the long one in. Looking for the player offside again. He is. Gilbert. And once again, Rasulu to take charge. Looks like there is a substitution. A need for fresh legs for KICWAMBA. And off goes Gilbert Ayesigamukama. The left winger is brought out. Shot number 5 for KICWAMBA. And on comes Nwagaba Simon Peter. Shot number 11. The man who denied Jesus 3 times before the Last Supper. Ball on. Headed on. And KICWAMBA now attacking possession. Akampa Osbat plays it to the other wing. Well controlled and crossing. Looking for the options up front. And out of play it is for a goal kick. And as it stands in Group C, KICWAMBA 8, Makobore 1, and Agape 2, Bwera SS 1. And as it stands, KICWAMBA top the group, Agape a second, Bwera a third, and Makobore a vulnerably below. And a good pass in, looking for Akampa but in the penalty area, back to Kazibwe. For a brace from the bench, ball blocked, in the middle we go. And Benedicto losing possession. The captain has a long one, handball on from Gilbert. And Makobore see exhaustion of the goalkeeper and looking to be making a substitution of the goalkeeper. Johnson! And too little too late. And Richardson is brought out. And there is a common saying in Runyankore, Ngubaye Shweka Bwashe Shere. Bringing on the goalkeeper, Richardson is taken off. And on comes Sulaiman Ukasha to also have some of the exposure at the national level. And on he comes, shot number 1. For Makobore. Free kick for KICWAMBA. And long shot, not on target from the captain, manager Rasulu, and ball goes out of play. And that will be a goal kick for Makobore, and the new goalkeeper Sulaiman Ukasha arranges it for the clearance. And long ball on in the middle. Dakite heads on. Cleared away. Now to the captain. Manager Rasulu has good control of the ball. Puts it in the left back position for Tumusime. Has a through pass. Well cleared on by Emmanuel for Makobore. And out of play it is for a throw in for Makobore in the right back position. So far, a free kick, and Sulaiman Fahad to take charge of it for Makobore. Sulaiman has a long one in, headed away, looking for Kazibwe. Zibwe gains possession, plays it to Robert Kasima in the middle, and a through pass, looking for the upper option, Simon Peter Nwagaba, and the goalkeeper, so good, Ukasha, has a moment of brilliance. Just a few minutes off the bench. And long ball on, headed on to the backside. Looking for the lower option. A good run from Mohozi Marvin, the consolation goal scorer. And a good pass into the penalty area. And scoop tower for the second. For Makobore. And the moment they got the first, they were so motivated. And Biamukama Gilbert pulls on the second for Makobore to make it 2 for them, and 8-2, a scoreline that reminds me of a game was between Arsenal and Manchester United way back, and that's a familiar scoreline back on. And don't worry, long ball on. Benedicto heads on in the midfield, and the referee cautions a foul. And 8 for KICWAMBA. Makobore High have to scoreline. Really reminds me so much of the Manchester United versus Arsenal way back. Long ball on, and in the penalty area, nice catch. And the referee has something to say. And looks like there is a foul on the goalkeeper. And that brings us to the final whistle. And so much of a game to forget it is for Makobore, who see their exit out of the tournament. And so much to praise about KICWAMBA High School. The boys from Ankore make it so proud, and a familiar scoreline that reminds me of the match week 3 of the Premier League of England 2011-2012. It was 8-2 for Manchester United Arsenal, and 8-2 it is for KICWAMBA High School against Makobore. So much for them. And KICWAMBA are in the round of 32, top of the group. They came into the game with 3 goals for them and 2 for the opponents. And now they've added 8 to their tally, taking them to 11, and conceded 2 more, thus conceding 4. And that's a goal difference of 8 for them. And Agape came in the game with 8 scored, 3 conceded, and now they've scored 2 more to take them to 10, and conceded 1 to take them to 4 conceded, and thus they've conceded 6. And so on goal difference terms, KICWAMBA with a positive 8, Agape with a positive 6, KICWAMBA 7 points, positive 8, and they are top of it. And Agape qualify second for the round of 32 from Group C. Where are out with a positive 2 for them. They've scored 5 and conceded 3. That's a positive 2 for them. And Makobore, with a tournament to forget, they've scored 3, conceded 18, and a deficit of 15 for them. Back to Chigezi, on the road for them, and better for them next year. But among the big boys, rubbing shoulders are the teams on the national level, out with so much for disappointment from them. And at full time, KICWAMBA 8, Makobore High School 2.